Hi everyone, it's Jackie. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone is well. We are gonna change it up here today, getting away from those book pages. So I've been working on a journal. This is for my great niece who is just got engaged. She's going to be getting married in a year or so. But I am working on the cover. I have used Angela Kerr's To Have and To Hold pages and followed along with her, all the work she does around putting a journal together. So I've done a lot of the same things that she has done using her kit and following along with her tutorials. And there's just a lot of beautiful, all this is beautiful that comes with her kit. So I've created a bunch of the pages, you know, her papers are beautiful. So I've got the first signature, the second signature, they're almost done, but I decided I wanted to get them into a cover before I go any further. And as you can see, they're pretty full now. And I was like, I'm not gonna be able to, Rebecca's not gonna be able to put anything of her own in there if I keep going. So I'm putting together a cover. The pages are 9 by 6. And I'm making my cover 9.5 by 6.5 because I wanted, if you can see, I wanted extra on the top and bottom, and I wanted extra on the side because I have some that stick out a little further. And as you know, when you start to close up journals like this, it just makes things push out. So we went like that. That's what I did. So I started making this and I was like, I really should have just videoed. I'm spending this time making it. I should have videoed this so people can see. And nothing new. People have done this. I've done it before. Everybody does it. And so it's nothing new or, you know, really different. It's just the way I do it. So I've got this mostly put together actually, but I started with just some card stock. And this was a back of a coloring book, a great big coloring book thing like this. And this was the back page. So I cut it down. I cut it in my pieces, 6.5, 6.5. And the piece that was left happened to be like, it's like 2 3/4. So that worked out perfectly. So again, each piece is 6.5 by 9, 6.5 by 9. And then this is about 2 3/4 by 9. And I was going to do a 3-inch spine, but because this came out, I was like, let's just go with that, okay? Let's go with that. So what I did was I used my Tyvek tape, a roll of Tyvek. It's very strong. I'm sure you know about it. They use this when they're doing seams and things, and sheetrocking and stuff like that. And so I put the two pieces together, leaving, this is glued on now, but you can see that I left like that. It's not quite 1/4 of an inch, but it's a bit. I wanted this to close over nicely and just bend up and give it a lot of room in there. So then my thought process is, what am I going to put on here? And now I know, but I wasn't sure what I was going to put on the cover. My niece hasn't really picked out the colors for her wedding, but the pink journal, and she loves purple. So there's going to be purple incorporated here. But I thought I'm going to just start with some plain paper packaging. And this was just packaging I got from you know, when you get a box of stuff, you get this great paper. So I used that, but then as I'm looking at it, I'm seeing, can you see that part down there at the bottom? You can. If you can see, I'm not sure, but there's, you know, there's lines perforated a little bit where you can cut it. So I thought, well, that might not be great because it's perforated and I don't want it to rip right here. So I then found some paper that I had saved from when I bought some shoes, and this was in the shoe box. So it's really this cool wrapping, which is nice, and it's like a tissue paper, but it's a really tough tissue paper. And so I put that in here so that those perforated pieces wouldn't just rip. This will make that stronger and hold it together. Makes the book cover stronger and all that. All right, so that's kind of where I am. Folding this in, I needed to put an extra piece of stuff in here. None of this is going to show because it's all going to be covered anyway. But anyway, so that's where I am. Long story short. So I'm just kind of gluing this down now, and I just glued over a little bit. I've done my corner like this, beveled it in. It's all going to be covered, so there's no worries about that. So that's kind of where I am. And now I'm at the point where I'm going to cut this side so I have this turnover and get rid of some of this extra here. Whoops, sorry for the reach. I got to grab my big ruler. And I just want to line this up on the bottom here so it'll be a little even though it's all going to be, you know. Do I want to come out that? I'm just going to come out this far because you want to make sure, you know, that as you fold this up, of course that's going to move out. So it's all glued down now, so it's fine. I'm going to do that, and where's my... Okay, just cleaned up my stuff here, and now I'm missing... Where's that little... I have to pick this all up, aren't I? Oh, I don't know where it went. That's not good. I had a blade here for cutting. I don't know where it went. Doesn't appear that I put it back. Why would I do that? All right, well, I'll use this little guy. It was a different one. I'll probably end up stepping on that. That will not be a good thing. All right. So I'm going to come out about here. So it's a little more than an inch I'm leaving, or probably about an inch, actually. It's just about an inch. And so let me get that pretty straight. Okay, and I just have this little cutter, but of course the open blade one I have. Oh, never mind. And I'll just go right down through here. Keeping fingers out of the way. And that should have pretty much cut it. There we go. And that's kind of a fun piece. Crinkly, yeah, fun. Okay. Let's put the cover back on that before I get crazy with that. Okay. I used a little bit of white glue on the front. I'm using my glue stick. You know, the glue stick works pretty well for this. So I'm just going to fold that over nicely. Hopefully that's in. Oh, yes. Good. Take my bone folder and just get that smushed down. It's going to be sewn. It's going to have another piece of paper over the top. All right. Then I had saved this piece, but now it's gone because I was going to do these as even as possible. But now I've cut that one and lost it. So I'm just going to miter this in a little bit. Come on, be nice. And cut this even over here. Okay. And I'm going to take off a piece of this because we don't need it all. And I'm going to just go. This was a cool piece that had these weird little perforations along the side there too. And that'll be fine. So we'll do that. And I don't mind this because, again, it's going to be all covered up. All right. So I'm just going to put some glue. Actually, let's cut that piece off. The least bulk, the better. Cut that piece off also. Okay. And I'm just going to glue. I'm planning to sew through this, but it might be really thick. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so that's glued up nicely. All right, now we're going to turn on this other side and do this. Again, I'm going to cut this down. Not quite to the corner because you want that to... Excuse me so much. I want to cut out that extra, but you want to be able to make sure your corner is covered up. And I often make a mistake and cut too close, but I'm going to try not to do that because I want it to last. Okay. And then this one, I don't know, that one. one will be right on the edge. I'm going to cut a little bit off. I'm going to use my scissor because I don't want to go on the perforation because that's really close. A little higher than that, I think. Okay. Now, you can see I cut this a little wonky, and there's a little space there and a little space there. I don't think I really care because, again, yep, it's going to be covered up, so we're not going to worry about that. This is the glue stick I had left out, and I was able to save it. Push that up as tightly as I can to cover up. Make sure I get right up there. Good. Okay. I'm just going to go and fold here and just make sure that's really stuck down. Okay. Let's make sure we're folding up here too. So this is being a little wonky right here. Make sure where your pages, where your cover is indenting. I don't know if you can see that, but you want to make sure you go down through like this. I don't know what happened there, but didn't get any glue there. Seems odd. But that looks good. Looks good all out here. Just run this here. Now you could just go like this with this and put something over it. If, decorate just from here. I'm putting, this is an antique tablecloth that I bought with stains and all whatnots. So this is going to go like this, and it may hang off a little. So I could have it just like that, which looks pretty nice. But what I'm going to do is, because she likes the purple, I'm going to cut down some pieces of this cardstock. And this is going to go on here like this. And yeah, so that's how that goes. Okay. So let's cut this cardstock. And hopefully I am not crazy with it. We're going to let this dry. Okay. Looking good. I'll put that over here on the floor. Hopefully a cat doesn't step in it and catch all their paws in it. Now I need so I need it to be, I'm gonna grab that back because I always like to double check. We are going right. Yep. Okay. So again, my 6. This is so much bigger for some reason. It's a little more than 6.5. Well, just about 6.5. That one. And this one. Yeah, I don't know why they're a little bigger than 6.5. I think it's just all the stuff going on here. And then the seam. So we'll do 2. I just want to make sure. You always want to make sure. It's a little bit over the 6.5. So we're gonna go 6 1/4. Let's just measure the height one more time because I just want to make sure. And so we're gonna go 6, a little over 6.5, and a little over 9.5. Just a tad. And it doesn't. You know what? I'm only gonna do, because I don't want to cut it after. If that lace hangs off, it's going to cover that up. I'm going to do 6.5 by 9.5. And we'll see what that looks like to start with. All right, 9.5. This is just 12 by 12, so. Oops. 12 by 12. But it's not fitting in there. It's not 12 by 12. What? I thought this was 12 by 12. It's 12 that way, and it's a little more than 12 that way. Interesting. Okay, So I'm gonna go 6 and I'm gonna go 6 and just 1 over the 6. Emma, that is not what's happening right now. And then we're gonna go 9.5. Emma. And let's see how that fits. That fits really good. Still leaves my edge. Doesn't come over there very much. That's perfect. All right. So then, obviously I can't get another 6.5 out of this. So I can, however, get that 2 3/4. So I know I double check a lot, but that's even a little bit more. It's almost 3. Let me double check with my baby ruler here. Two and 3/4 will be fine. Now, what's going on right there? I don't like the way that's folding up like that, but you're not going to turn it that way. So, all right. So 9. We're going to do this way first to get a good chunk off the bottom. Okay. And then we're going to do 2 3/4. There's your good chunk there. Let's see. Yep, that looks pretty good. And I know there's this brown that you're going to see a little bit, but you're not going to see it because of the lace that's going to go around the whole thing. So that's okay. All right, and then I need another piece of my purple cardstock. Emma thinks it's time to go out again. Unfortunately for her, it is not. Oh, that's why there's the extra 1/4 right there. I forget that's there. All right, so 9, 9.5. Okay. Nope, I don't want to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take that little thing off because I want to go the other way to get the most out of my paper. I want to get a good scrap out of it. Yep, could save that for something. Not going to right now. Okay, so now we're going to do nine and a half. But I only want to come over 6. If I do the 6 and a tad, 6.5. There, that gives me that good piece left over. Perfect. And then 9.5. All right, looks good. So far, so good. Let's see. So now I have my 3 pieces here. So I have the piece for my front, the piece for my back, and a piece for down the middle. There we go. Yep. That looks good. Okay. So I'm thinking if I just want to glue this, or if I'm gonna sew, I think I'll sew after I put the lace on. So let's just glue this down. I'm gonna glue this piece first. Make sure I get right up here. And this will squish out a little, so, you know, it's... am going to do is grab one of my glue cards just so I can smooth that out a bit. So we make sure we have a good coverage. All right. Now I have to decide, do I want the texture up? Really doesn't matter because it's going to be covered up. But I want to make sure that we're getting, and the white glue should give me a little room to scooch things around if I need to, but that really glued on tight, didn't it? Okay. Oops, I'll get you out of your way. Okay. Did that glue come through there? That's interesting. All right, so here we go. Go right down here. Got my hair done yesterday. Cut. All ready for the new school year. Got my new glasses. Everything happened yesterday. Had the hair appointment and they called me about my glasses and that was like, okay, I have time to just buzz over there. Again, a nice thing about living where I live, it's the eye place is 15 minutes one way, the opposite direction of the hair place, but it didn't matter because I had time to do both, which is very good. Oops, I guess we want to make sure we get over here. So I want to make sure I'm really close to that edge. Okay. Yeah. Oops, where's my other? There it is, the bigger one. This one on this side. Just want to see that edge a little clearer. You could ink it too, that would help clear it. Oh, Emma's all upset now. Someone was beeping their horn out there. There's one guy that lives in an apartment up from me, and he sets off his alarm on his truck all the time, and it's almost like he doesn't understand how it works, because it'll go off and then he'll shut it off and then it'll go off again, and it's like he'll do that like 3 times in a row or more, and it's like, and my dog is really going nuts. So okay, I feel like that's not enough glue. I'm feeling like that's not enough glue. I don't know why I just do. Okay. Go. All right. Got that down. And then we're carefully going to get that out to the edge here. The edge there. Just lay it on. Just doing this to get it even, for sure, even. There we go. Now that's a little interesting because I don't know why it's over, going over there like that. Yeah. So that probably shows me that that was not even when I put that one on. And there's a much bigger space there, but it doesn't really matter because it's all right along the edge. It's all folds nicely, and that's all set. On the inside, I'm not sure what we'll do yet. We're going to figure that out. after. Okay. Now, this piece, so to give you kind of an idea, this will go over it. And it will kind of look like this. Okay, very pretty. And I think there'll probably be something else on the edge here to cover that up. Maybe just even a piece of washi tape or something on the edge there. All right, now let me think. So this is not going to wrap around because it's going to come, you can see I've taken a piece off there. It's going to come just over the top for a little bit and just over the bottom and just out on the side. We'll use a different side. I'm just trying to figure this out for right now. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to want to put something in there. Maybe a piece of that nice Van Gogh down the set there. That could work maybe. Yep. Okay, this is nice. It's not going to fold over, and I'm going to do a hidden spine, so you're not going to see, you know, anything. We'll make sure we do a, you're not going to see that come through. It's going to be hidden inside. I kind of like doing those. And then this will go straight down the spine, so that will be, you know, that's going to be your spine, like that. And I think that's going to look lovely. All right, guys, I'm going to end there because I have to do some thoughtful processing. It's a little hard for me to do that when I'm actually doing a video. So, because I want to get this cut the right way and figure out which piece I want to use of this. Some of it has some stains on it, which I don't mind, but probably on the front of here, I don't really want that. So, all right, so I hope you enjoyed this process. And of course, I will show you when I get it finished up. And have a wonderful, blessed day, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you would. And I'd love to see some comments about what you think about the cover of this wedding journal. Thanks so much. Bye.